Hello, dear students. Yesterday we studied about India and its neighbors, and in today's class we will discuss peace and cooperation among the nations of South Asia. We have already studied about the conflicts present among the nations of South Asia, and we had also studied about the agreements, peacekeeping efforts made by these South Asian nations. And for making complete development of this South Asian region, the countries of this region established SARC. The full form of SARC is the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. And the main purpose of establishing SARC was to make the complete development of this region through cooperation and minimize the conflict present in South Asian region between the various bordering countries. And in 1985, when SARC was established, at that time it functioned very well, but slowly, due to political differences, the SARC organization could not gain the most value, and in this way, its success was limited. SARC members also signed South Asia free trade agreements, and after signing free trade agreements, the nations of South Asia were able to import and export their goods without any custom duty or import or export charges. So it was done with the purpose of increasing import and export among South Asian nations. And in fact, South Association for SAFTA, South Asian Free Trade Agreement, was signed in 2004, and it came into force on January 1st, 2006. And when it was enforced on January 2006, then small countries of South Asian region thought that after signing SAFTA, India could invade their markets, as India is a large country in this region and all other countries are small in comparison to India. And they also thought that India will get dominance in their market, and that's why the impact of SAFTA was not much more visible. But on the other hand, it did not cast any effect on India, as India also has signed some free trade agreement, bilateral free trade agreements with some of these countries like Bhutan, Nepal and Sri Lanka. So it did not made any uh, large impact on India. And when we talk about Pakistan, it is clear that India and Pakistan had some various serious conflicts, serious issues to be solved. Apart from these conflicts, India and Pakistan also signed some agreements And some prominent leaders of the world as well as of these two countries tried their best to establish peace and cooperation between these two powerful nations. In this context, political leaders also held meetings and tried to pacify the conflicts present in the region. No region exists in vacuum. It is influenced by outside powers and events, no matter how much it may try to insulate itself from non-regional powers. China and United States remain key players in South Asian politics. As we know that no region is in a vacuum state, and if there is lack of proper government or stability, then that region is influenced by some outside force. And the region of South Asia is greatly influenced by two countries, those are USA and China. They had large, serious impact on the politics of these nations. We know that China is in support of Pakistan, and that's why India is making complaint against China for supporting Pakistan, and Pakistan is already involved in terroristic activities. So in this way, relations between India and Pakistan are not good due to China's support of Pakistan, and sometimes when India tried to block Pakistan on the table of UN, at that time China supports openly to Pakistan and takes his veto and saves Pakistan. So when we talk about relationships of Pakistan and China, it is a serious matter and it is also a security threat to India. And American involved in South Asia has rapidly increased after Cold War. After Cold War being over, the impact of USA was also felt seriously in this region. And USA also tried to pacify the conflicts between India and Pakistan, and it also helped both of these countries economically and strategically. The large South Asian diaspora in the US and the huge size of population and markets of region also give America an added stake in the future of regional security and peace. As South Asian region contains large population and area, that's why it provides extra stack to America to make its stakehold in this region. However, whether South Asia will continue to be known as a conflict prone zone or will evolve into a regional bloc with some common cultural features and trade interests will depend more on the people and the governments of the region than any other outside powers. So the question whether South Asian region will be known as the zone of conflicts or it will be known as a regional bloc with some common interests, culture and trade interests. It means there are two sides. One side, South Asia will be engaged in conflicts, or South Asia will make progress and the states, nations in this region will help each other and will progress all together by harmonizing their culture, trade agreements, trade in trades, and will achieve their some common targets. This thing depends on the governments, on the efforts of government of the nations like India, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Pakistan. And any other country which is not in this region will not make any serious impact on the relations of countries of this area. So dear students, here chapter completes, and in next class we will study the next chapter. Thank you for watching this video, and if you have any doubt you can ask through comment box. Thanks a lot.